And
a
we're
lot
live.
of a lot of a lot of the agents and spies that did operate during World War II. Some of the most notable ones did go on to form like the FBI and the CIA.
Yeah, true
That's
heroes on
absolutely
Memorial
true.
Day.
Yeah, the NSA, CIA, FBI. That's all because of what
All
happened
the
after
alphabet
the Second World
agencies.
War.
Hey, everybody, welcome to pre-show. Happy Memorial Day. Not really happy. Is happy what you're supposed to say? Happy Memorial Day? I mean, I get it. We're supposed to
Happy
be
Memorial Day
revered
works.
and, honorable and stuff like that. And I am. I'm just not sure how to do that. It's hard if you haven't lost somebody, I mean, you can still be like, hey, thanks for doing the stuff you do. I really appreciate everything that you do
Yep.
and did, but there's another layer there, that I can't begin to understand. It feels kind of like I'm imposing on people who have true memories and remembrances for individuals who, died in the Call of Duty or whatever.
I'm not going to comment on that.
I mean, I'm just saying.
I refrain from commenting on that because you guys always talk about mine.
About what?
When I take a big old swig or something, you're always like, "Is David drinking? Are you?"
Oh,
eating
I'm
something?"
drinking on camera. People know what I'm doing.
Oh, I got a drink right here too.
Oh, what do you
I've
got?
been drinking something all this whole time, and you guys never knew.
Oh.
I'm drinking.
But we are
going
to
to
talk about all the
I'm
new
a
books
ventriloquist. I
coming
can
out
throw my
this week.
voice.
It's a terrible week for comics. I'm just saying. Last
Yeah.
Wednesday of the month.
It's not a
lot
good
of
week.
Wednesdays this month.
It's a soft week.
It is not a good week.
It's
the fifth Wednesday.
I know.
It's so soft.
They could have loaded up with something. Next week we'll get 1,000 cool books. They couldn't have
Or will
double shipped. Come on, guys.
We're gonna get short shipped this week.
Yeah, right. What'd you guys do this weekend? Anything fun? Anything fun today with the day off or whatever?
I finally watched D&D.
Oh yeah, cool. Hey Andrew, thanks for stopping by. I saw smoke for all of you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
The D&D movie is solid. What did you think, dude? I thought it was solid.
I thought it was really good. The wife never played D&D, never read a D&D book, and she really enjoyed it.
My wife has read the R.A. Salvatore books, but she's never played, because I just told her, it's like, hey, these are really good fantasy books. She was going through a fantasy thing. She's like, I don't have nothing else to read.
That kind of helps where I don't have to explain anything to her, because it's like, she's like, oh, this is like really fun, because it's like, oh, look, it's, it's Chris Pines, it's Michelle Rodriguez, it's Hugh Grant. It's like,
right. It's accessible. Yeah.
It's accessible, and she likes it.
But with that said, there's also a lot of cool Easter eggs and D&D references.
If you're a big D&D nut, there are a lot of good Easter eggs.
Oh, there's a lot of great Easter eggs in that movie. Yeah, there is a lot of great Easter eggs.
And my wife got that, like a lot of the town names and stuff. But Andrew, it was super campy, but very enjoyable. Yeah, I thought the campiness. It was trying to be really fun. It was trying to be a whole lot of fun.
Yeah,
and yeah, it did work. The campiness.
I mean, as opposed to like the other D&D movie from like 20 years ago.
There's no comparison. I wish people would quit talking about that.
The Jeremy Irons one.
Yeah,
it just doesn't exist. It's not an actual thing.
At least it's not mazes and monsters. So we can just leave it at that.
Oh, we're going deep in the Tom Hanks and monsters. Special place in my heart for that one, man. That's like really deep nerdom right there.
My wife knows literally next to nothing about some sort of like any fantasy genre stuff, because when she went to go watch Age of Ultron, she just goes, "Is Ant-Man a real superhero?" And I'm like, "Yes."
Oh my gosh, yes, yeah. So that's another thing. My old lady's like really into comic books, to the extent where she likes events. All right. She won't read anything else. She's like, and she won't read it monthly because it's too long between the stories. But if there's like a big event where everything is crossing over, she loves those sorts of stories. So she's read House of M. She's read Civil War. She's read a couple of the other Bendis things. She doesn't read so much anymore, outside of what's that fantasy one that she always likes? The ones where the Grimm's fairy tales or whatever, fairy tale characters come to Fables. Yeah, Fables. She loves Fables, man.
Fables is a good book.
Yeah. Andrew chimed in again. I mean, camping with regards to like something like Bruce Campbell would be in or something. Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I could totally
Bruce
see Bruce
Campbell
Campbell
is a serious actor, and he would never lower himself to camp.
Well, we gotta shuffle some folks around.
I moved. Oh,
you guys got started early tonight. Wow.
Well, we were talking about Memorial Day, so I was like, man, let's just do it. If it's Memorial Day, we'll just talk about it. I actually said, do we say Happy Memorial Day? It doesn't sound like that's what you should say.
I don't think so. I mean, Memorial Day is Memorial Day, like, is supposed to be like a somber day,
Yeah, where you honor,
honorable
fallen.
Yeah. Yes, yeah. But you see, and I understand that even as someone who has never known anyone who has fallen in combat or whatever, I feel like I'm almost like imposing on their memory. You know what I mean? It's kind of like
it's a tricky thing. Yeah,
it is tricky.
Yeah.
It's tricky.
It's one of those things where, like, I've heard soldiers themselves talk about how, like, thank you for your service. Just they almost feel like hollow words. Like, what am I supposed to say?
Like a Budweiser commercial now.
Yeah, like words feel inadequate.
I looked it up. The appropriate Memorial Day greeting is not to wish people a happy Memorial Day, but for them to honor Memorial Day.
Oh, well, honor Memorial Day.
Honorable Memorial Day. That works.
I celebrated my freedom and did gardening all day long. That's what I'm going to do tomorrow, too. Very excited. Cut a lot of trees today, man. Cutting. So great.
Did you put a dent in the bamboo?
No, I did not do anything with the bamboo siding yet.
You were chatting that up, man. You were chatting up your bamboo. You're like, I'm going to do bamboo.
Oh, dude, I did some this weekend, just not today. I got a whole quarter of a bed totally, like, halfway sided with bamboo. I wish I had pictures. I should always have pictures of this. Yeah, brutal. Sorry, Andrew. All right, let's do the thing. My special request.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a good week for me.
I'm surrounded by assholes.
Rick Moranis.
Oh, so bad. What a great guy. Oh, yeah. Greetings, geek. It's another episode of This Geek in Comics, Outright Geekery's comic book shit talk show.
Shit talk show.
Romer, Taylor, Andy, and Dave. All four of us here on this Memorial Day. Honor Memorial Day, everyone. We're doing a preview show, talking about all the new books coming out this week. Again, it is not a great week for.
It's a light week.
It's a very light week. It's a very soft week. But let's get into it. Oh, there's my dog going nuts. These are books coming out May 31st. Obviously, it says it right there, but it is a fifth Wednesday. So yeah, we're gonna have some trouble finding some good stuff here. There is one book that I've already read that is a must read for any Star Trek fan. We'll talk about it way down at the bottom. But chat, if you see something, say something. If you want us to talk about a book, we will, even if we don't know anything about it. We'll still fake it till we make it. We started Image Comics, soon to be who knows where on this list. Hopefully they still get their, secondary distribution, just like they have with Marvel at Penguin Random House. And DC still gets a section, even though they're, Lunar exclusive. So hopefully Image doesn't go anywhere the same way IDW did, which is freaking whack, dude. That's a whack diamond.
Just disappeared off the face of the earth.
No, they're down there in the
bottom
Independence.
with the comics and books.
Yeah, with the rest of the...
With the miscellaneous.
Yeah, with the rest of the miscellaneous.
They're getting the and the rest treatment.
Yeah, and the rest. Deep Cuts number 2.
We get Deep Cuts number 2.
This is a musical sort of thing. Not really my cup of tea.
I read the first issue. It was kind of okay. I like the journey that's taken to how jazz music kind of came about down in New Orleans, but other than that, it's just kind of like not for me. I mean, this is probably has an audience somewhere, but it's not my type of thing.
Yeah, not for me. Good Asian gets collected really good. Philadelphia number 30 getting a second printing. Very odd. That's the one where Spawn shows up in the book. I know. That book's wild. Local Man number 4. This is sort of like a 90s homage, nostalgia, lean. going back to like the old 90s Image superhero stuff. But in a modern day twist, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
Savage Strength of Starstorm. Just looking at the cover of this, actually, let me
There's
go
a
to
lot
the
of
cover
S's
this.
in this cover.
Yes, it's a lot of S's.
It's
Cobra
too
Commander
many.
time with this title because of his speech impediment. Yeah. But the Savage Strength of Starstorm. This cover is just like, man, this looks like way 90s Image.
Yeah, it looks like something
throwback,
out of Savage
just
Dragon.
weirdness.
Like Jack Kirby.
That's really hot right now. Yeah.
Well, they do have some Kirby
but the
dots in
art
that panel
inside,
there. Yeah,
look at that panel.
a lot
Oh,
of Kirby
Yeah,
dots.
look at that
Yeah,
panel.
I'm looking
That
at the
is
artist right now.
beautiful.
Yeah, I'm looking at the artist.
Yeah, that's
Jason
go ahead,
Feinstein.
Andy. That's
Yeah,
Jason. I don't know who
Feinstein
the hell
doing the art.
Jason
He's doing a good
Feinstein
job
is.
with it. Yeah, that one's really good.
Yeah, so I got my eyes out for this one just to see, how this works. The solicit's a little weird. An orphaned amnesic high school student, Grant Garrison, is attempting to navigate his present and recall his past, and then a meteor decimates his school. In the rubble, he finds a magical artifact. That's a lot to happen to a kid.
A lone survivor, right?
Yeah, poor guy.
Maybe not necessarily a lone survivor, but
Yeah, we'll see.
we'll see.
Dude, I don't know the fucking winding arc of this story, but presumably it was a traumatic experience, yes.
Yes, it seems very dramatic. So really good art here. I'm anxious to get my hands on this
Image
one.
is getting
Might read
its
this
own
after the show.
Naomi.
Right. Torrent number 4, superhero deconstruction. Basically,
Oh,
superhero
yeah.
mom breaks bad. Very cool. Very fun.
Oh yeah,
book.
it's been a good series. Very good series.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like it. It's really weird how all these superhero sort of books have been coming to Image since the Massiverse. They're really trying to get back to their roots in a way, which is good.
Yeah, it's a place
And
for
World
'em.
Tree number 2. Yeah, World Tree is great. It's about like the internet killing people. It's awesome.
The dark web.
James
Oh, yeah,
Tynion.
this
Films on the
is-
dark web.
That first issue was really
Oh,
well
dude,
done.
and it was brutal. It was James Tynion doing the best sort of horror that he does. Yeah, great book. Yeah, so that's it for Image. Not much there. A couple of good ones, but nothing at Boom. They got a second printing and then the Grim Reaper pack bundle. It's weird that they don't have any more books. Maybe Diamond has screwed up and put them in the smaller press too, and the rest. But we'll look. Dark Horse only has one book. It is a Star Wars book. The all ages stuff from Star Wars is still over at Dark Horse. So City Boy came out last week, but it is getting that cover B finally this week. The DC Pride one shot, $10. A lot of great covers. This one, I believe, is my favorite. Man, see, I'm not going to be able to find it because the damn solicit's so damn big. Yeah, this is the one, though.
The Bartel cover.
Beautiful cover.
Yeah.
By I think that's Jen Bartel.
Yeah.
Let me look. Is that Jen Bartel?
That is the Bartel cover.
Yes, that is the Bartel
cover.
cover.
Yeah, with Harley Quinn and Poison
Yeah.
Ivy. Yeah.
So wonderful cover there. Just fantastic. That's going to be the one to get for this $10 monstrosity. But I mean, Grant Morrison, Nicole Maines, Christopher Cantwell, Nadia Shamas, and then a bunch of cool different artists.
Yeah,
all
I
doing
mean-
their little takes on.
Yeah, anthology
stories.
rules always apply where like, they're going to be expensive and you just got to hope that like on average like half of them are pretty good,
Yes, 100%. A great thing that especially DC has been doing lately in these big books, they put a lot of pinups in there. Try to showcase art, different sorts of art. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, love Jen Bartel. Yeah, she'd win an Eisner this year for sure. Moving on, not much else. There is a Detective 1072 with a bunch of covers. Icon versus Hardware number 3. I can't believe that's still going. I thought that had ended. It just seems like that book's going on forever. It must have missed a month or two. But we do get that Power Girl special. Very odd. This is a $6, $7 if you're getting any of the other covers. But to put that out on a week where you also have another $10 book, I'm not sure that's a good idea.
DC's asking for a lot of money this week.
Yeah, they're asking for a lot, even though they ain't got a lot. But this is going to lean into the new Power Girl book and also a Fire and Ice book. That's a miniseries of them hanging out in Smallville, which sounds so much better than the Power Girl book coming out. But Superman's been hitting. Superman family been hitting lately. So I'm in it. David Nakayama probably has the best cover showcasing all three of the ladies in this book. Man, that's great. David Nakayama. Yeah. He's fantastic. But really, that's about it. They do have this Suicide Squad Kill Arkham. It's a prequel to that upcoming video game. So, nope. Don't care. Doesn't matter. They have a 1 in 50 variant for that. I mean, it's beautiful.
Try to sell comic books to something that's coming out soon.
Oh, I opened it twice. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're just pimping out. They're doing
it's obligatory at this point.
It's all well
coming out. We have to have a comic for it.
Every now and then, one of these silly things comes out, and it's actually pretty good. Like that Injustice comic tie-in. I dismissed it right away. It's
Injustice had no business being that good.
But Tom Taylor was writing it, and he took that turd and he spun gold out of it.
He's a Rumpelstiltskin.
He wasn't even well known then. I mean,
that was like one of his. That was probably his breakout book. Yeah. He had written I think Wolverine before that, or the X-23 Wolverine, but that was his first big success. I think it's probably the reason he's on so many books today.
Yeah, his work on X-23 though, introducing Honey Badger and that really.
Oh, I love that run. I definitely prefer
it
that.
Really did come back into the light.
Yeah. People I think have rediscovered that since he has become such a big name now. But yeah, I mean, every now and then you get one of these shitty tie-in things that's just trying to, do some press work for a movie or a video game or something, and it's actually pretty good. I don't know if this is going to be the case, but it's not something you should dismiss out of hand nowadays.
100%, totally agree. Love this cover by Steve Beach. Very well done, sir. It looks like a photograph. It's amazing. But yeah, that's it from the distinguished competition. Moving on to House of Ideas, Alien #2. I can't read the Alien books. I have trouble.
I'm having a hard time keeping track. I feel like they did the last Alien #1 just a couple years ago, right?
No, they did an Alien #1. They did a Volume 2 #1.
That's exactly what I was just fucking saying, David. Yes,
8 months ago, because that one was pretty good. They had the synthetics going into a world that was contaminated to retrieve something.
Yeah,
and it was.
Did you read this debut?
Yeah, I did. It's kind of part of the course. Corporations doing dumb stuff.
Sure,
getting people killed. Aliens get involved. There's aliens. They're on an ice planet.
Nothing but kill people. I don't even know what their business model
Building
is.
better world.
They're on some weird ice planet, and they've discovered aliens frozen in ice. And
cool.
They've decided to let one thaw out, and it's a face.
Oh, that's not a good idea.
Yeah, that's what they do. It's all
what they do. Kind of started out like the thing where it's hey, there's an alien in ice. Let's thaw it out, and then it's turned into this murder spree.
Right. Moving on, this is the big book of the week, Spider-Man 26. The story's all been broken. We all know what's going to happen in here. So there you go. It's going to be a really big hit. I can't believe
how many people I've been reading so many negative things about the death of Miss Marvel because of what's coming up here pretty shortly. And it's just just wait and see what happens. I know they announced it, but just don't shit over something that you haven't read yet.
I haven't.
I understand the knee-jerk reaction.
I haven't been a fan of this book since long before any of this happens. I just ever since the Amazing Spider-Man #1, this current run came out, I have not been following it. But definitely, don't just immediately dismiss, I guess, the spoiler material out of hand. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're going to do something with that story. My guess is it involves her being a mutant and resurrection, and then moving.
See, they don't even need to do that. They can just resurrect anyone nowadays. They resurrect.
Well, they can, but it would be cooler if they actually retconned it so that she is a full-on mutant. I think that's better for
unless you're in this triple D book, then it doesn't matter.
Right. But she's not going to be dead long. It does give them. It opens it up for them to tell stories that we already know are coming about this character's death and its impact on other characters and things like that. But
I will say I'm more interested in reading that than I am reading this.
Yes,
I'm more interested in reading that What's the name of the thing they do with the
Forgotten
dead
Friend or something?
Fallen Friend.
Fallen Friend. Yeah.
Fallen.
It was that same thing they did with the original Captain Marvel back in the day, and they
did it with Captain America too. After
they have done it with Captain America. Yeah, that was a 5-parter, that one. But
I have all of those. They're amazing.
Well,
they're
pretty good.
Really good. Yeah.
So that is a good example
good.
how like letting a writer come in, especially like when you got G. Willow Wilson and other people, like Saladin Ahmed and people who like know the character, to come in and just kind of like shine a spotlight on what this character means to people. That I think could be some good story, and I'm looking forward to that more so than I am to this actual death issue itself.
Yeah, me
Taylor,
too.
you're absolutely right. I mean, Miss Marvel means a lot to a lot of different people.
Oh yeah, Miss Marvel is, I think, the best character to come out in the current decade, or I guess the previous decade now.
Oh yeah, people were talking shit and saying, "Man, why don't they pick the character? Who cares about this character? She's not
a lot of
popular."
people do.
And I'm like, dude, you're insane. She's had multiple.
She has a fucking TV show. She's going to be in a movie. She's been in a bunch of cartoons. And yeah, she's legitimately one of the best characters to come out in the last decade.
Yeah.
And she's been affiliated in the comic books of almost every single superhero organization on the face of the planet. So it's like everybody's going to be connected to her in one way, shape, or another.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Exactly, man. She's been the heart of so many cool teams doing so many weird, different things in comics with what was she in the Young Avengers, the New Warriors, the Champions, whatever the hell it was. I can never keep
that one was straight. Champions, but she was on the Avengers itself too for a little while.
Yeah, but there's a lot of opportunity there. My knee-jerk reaction to it is this book sucks, so they're trying to make it popular by doing a cheap murder. I'm okay with it, but it does. That's my own knee-jerk reaction to it. I got no beef with them doing it to this character. It just feels like they're taking a very popular character, murdering her in a book that is not hers.
That I do think is kind of Spider-Man, but
that's a legit beef. I think.
I'm sorry, but this is definitely something to probably help Spider-Man grow a little bit more. And yeah, it does seem like, and I saw some comments already from some of the reviewers. This is definitely Woman in the Fridge Syndrome, which is not going to be that. It's definitely not. Marvel's smarter than that. They're not going to do this.
Women in the Fridge is way different than this. This is only done to make the main character lean into their motivations.
A lot of that has to do with
that already.
Like roses.
If Kamala has agency in her own death, then that is different from Women in Refrigerators.
Exactly. And they've already said they're doing books about her death and what it means to the universe. That is in no way pushing anyone else's story but hers. And we've seen this in the Captain America Fallen Friend, and then we saw it in the original Captain Marvel Fallen Friend. How it made their characters even more popular. And, we always knew they were going to bring back Captain America. Marvel is probably one of the characters that can never come back. One of like 4, that can never come back. Uncle Ben, the Waynes, and
Uncle Ben is permadead.
Yeah. Well, Jor-El has come, and they've all actually come back.
At different points. I mean, all of them at the very least have had like alternate universe shenanigans.
Yeah, Bruce Wayne's dad's my favorite Batman. So,
honestly, it's a pretty cool story. Like Flashpoint sucked, but it had a lot of cool ideas, and that was
that's the coolest
Dr.
one.
Wayne,
it's the only one that's
Batman.
stuck.
Like especially Martha Wayne being the Joker. That's just that was
icing on the cake.
Yeah,
well, anyway, I guess we don't have much to say about the actual issue. So, let's move on.
Yeah, we're talking about future events.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's happening. Avengers Beyond, I'm not sure if you're still reading this, Taylor, but man,
I never read this.
I love this team. Oh, you didn't read this? Okay.
Yeah.
Man, I love that team, though, dude. I love that team so much. Bendis. Love it.
Wasn't that a Hickman team? Why
Avengers Beyond. And then there's no, I thought Bendis had originally put them in his Shield
the
run
Black Order,
at the very beginning of his Shield run.
No, those guys appeared in the Infinity event that Jonathan Hickman wrote.
Okay. Then Hickman. Betsy Braddock, Captain Mara, or Britain. I haven't really been reading that. But Captain America: Symbol of Truth does continue the Cold War story. This is the second best Captain America book they're printing right now.
Well, that's
still pretty damn good.
That's a pretty backhanded compliment, but I agree. But still,
RB Silva's art really is the reason to read this. And
absolutely.
You can't not read it if you're enjoying the Cold War story, which I am. It's been very good. It's been very well done.
I wish I remembered the artist who was on the that previous story arc of the Sentinel of Liberty book, but that guy was pretty amazing too. We've been really spoiled with great artwork in these Captain America books for the most part.
Man, I think that's
Absolutely
a key
true.
to the Captain America books is good art. I mean, Ed Brubaker and run would not have been the same, you know, without that style.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It just wouldn't have been. And yeah, I think he's one of those. Wolverine is also a little bit like that too. You know, you could tell a Wolverine story, but if you have an artist that can actually set the tone for the story, it makes such a difference. It makes such a difference. All right, moving on. Carnage number 13. You know, Summer of Venom or whatever the hell it's called this year. We do get a Ryan Stegman cover there, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, there's not really any symbiote fans on the panel here.
Yeah. Clobbering Time number 3. Ben Grimm kicking it with Doctor Strange. This is really.
I'm looking forward to this one a lot.
This is the Marvel book that I'm looking forward to this week.
Yeah. Nice. On the one hand, the Doctor Strange team up seems a little strange because he's not like this gritty brawler like the Hulk and Wolverine were in the last 2 issues. But Doctor Strange,
they live right down the street, though. They live right down the street.
Doctor Strange's presence does mean that we're going to get some really trippy bullshit for them to draw in this issue, and that's going to be pretty cool to see.
The Steve Scroce art for sure. That's the only. That's the main reason to buy this.
These like eldritch monsters. You know, is what we're really looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Yeah, I mean, and they just live like right down the street from each other, Taylor. So it's not a big leap that they wouldn't be like getting a hot dog and just meet each other.
True enough.
We will look at the art.
It's kind of strange how close all of them live next to one another, except.
I mean, they all. I know New York's not like tiny, but like 99% of the Marvel heroes live in New York, or at least have a house there.
Yeah, except for the X-Men who live in New Jersey, but you know we don't discuss that.
Well, it's right over the river, though. It's basically New York. It's basically New York. When the plane takes off, as soon as it hits altitude, it's in New York. Just saying. Remember that? Remember when the X-Men were simple people just hanging out at a school where there happened to be a plane underneath the basketball court? And now, look what Hickman did. Look what he did. It's crazy. Anyway,
he removed them from the area code.
This looks like some Eldritch. Yeah. I wonder what the phone code is for Krakoa. Anyway, Deadpool number 7, Doctor Strange number 3. This Doctor Strange run has not been great. It has just been okay. Sorry, Jed McKay. You're either complete miss for me, like I don't even get it, or you're right in the bullseye. This is a miss for me. I am not enjoying this at all after 2 issues.
Fast Got Feather artwork's pretty cool to look at, but yeah, it's just kind of.
No, it's not bad.
It's whatever.
It's not bad. It's just, there have been a lot better ones. Oh, there is a Peach Momoko Spider-Verse for the Deadpool cover. It's like Deadpool is Spider-Man, but I don't know. It's just
okay, but whatever.
Edge of Spider-Verse. Punisher number 12. This is a big one because this is wrapping it. We'll definitely talk about this on Sunday, but this has been a really, really cool Punisher series.
It's has
leaned
been,
into a lot of the tropes, a lot of the methodologies. And I say that Jason Aaron definitely helped create one of those methodologies to tell Punisher stories where it flashes back to, Frank's terrible past. I mean, that's not, I don't really like that, but
I've enjoyed that a lot.
Knows how to do it. Yeah, Jason Aaron.
You and I are on opposite ends of that one because I've really enjoyed all the flashback segments, but I think neither of us could deny that Jason Aaron just gets this character.
For sure.
In a very fundamental 100%. Way. And that was a hell of a cliffhanger we left off on last time, so I'm looking forward to seeing the pickup here.
I was not expecting that. Of course, it's leading to the obvious end where I don't even remember her name. What is she? The madam of the hand.
The priestess.
Yeah, the ring, the pinky finger of the hand or whatever the hell her name is. Yeah, she's going to get owned. She's definitely going to get owned. I'm anxious to see where Punisher goes after this. Nothing's been solicited for Punisher in the next 3 months. That's pretty weird. Coming off of a run like this where they changed so much, maybe they didn't want to spoil this, you know.
Maybe not.
Maybe
Another
something
big
interesting
angle
for Punisher to do.
Well, I mean, there could still be a Punisher book. This was very popular. You know, it got a lot of people talking. The main thing was that, well, he'll be back to the regular skull symbol by the end of Jason Aaron's series. I'm still expecting that to happen. But if that were to happen, maybe they would have solicited another book. Or are they killing Frank off at the end of this?
I mean,
because that was a concern
comics,
when this was first announced as well.
Of course, someone will eventually put Punisher quote unquote back to basics at some point, but the way they'd have to really rush that through if they're doing that here. So I don't think that's where we're going to end up at the end of this issue.
Yeah, I don't see a reset for him coming anytime soon.
There was a lot of concern when they were changing his look, his symbol, from people who actually give a damn.
Not just there's people who are just idiots. The Punisher has a lot of problematic fans, and so they bitched and moaned about it, but who cares? But there were also people who are more comic fans of the Punisher, and they had some legitimate complaints about changing, because that is an iconic look for him and everything.
I think it did work for this story. I'm just anxious to see if they are going to go back or they're going to do the unthinkable in this context and just kill him off and say, no, Frank doesn't deserve to live in this Marvel universe. I can understand that. I don't think that will happen because he's going to be in the Daredevil show. He is.
I don't know that they're going to kill him off here, but I do not think he's going to just go back to the old look and the old life at the end of this issue either. Well, we're going to see he's going to be in some sort of limbo after this, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
Totally agree.
Frankencastle is still my favorite Punisher story.
That is such a dumb idea.
When he was in the War Machine armor, it was amazing. That was a great run. Last angle here. Nothing else at Marvel Comics is solicited for Jason Aaron after this Punisher book. Just saying. Jason Aaron doesn't have anything solicited for the next 3 months at Marvel Comics. Take that as you will. Take that.
Probably working on something.
I mean, maybe. Is he going to DC? Is he going to start working for DC and doing some stuff?
That's saving it for a surprise for San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh.
Regardless of what he's writing or not writing in the future, he has been writing a lot of Marvel Comics the last few years. He wrote Avengers. He wrote the epic Thor run, of course. So it would be probably best for both if he just kind of took a little bit of a hiatus from Marvel anyway.
I'd love to see him bring a Jonah Hex book back, dude.
Oh, that would be rad as hell.
He writes the fuck out of that Western shit, dude. I would love to see him bring a Jonah Hex book.
I can't think of a DC character that is more up his alley than Jonah Hex.
That'd be so great. So great. That just popped in there. I hadn't even thought of that before. But yeah, that's just
I guess broken clocks right twice a day.
That's right. That's right. That's my second time. I better not press my luck the rest of the night.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2099, Silver Surfer Ghostlight, a couple Star Wars book with a bunch of variants, Dr. Aphra and Santa Staros, Venom Lethal Protector that does have a great Nick Fury Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. homage cover. That's really dope. I love that for some reason. I don't get it.
I'm mad at myself for how much I like that.
Yeah. After Steranko, of course, one of the living legends of comic book art. Just perfect. But then we get the X-23 Daily Genesis. This has been just okay. It also flashes back a lot, which I don't like in a comic unless, it's done a certain way. But this has been just fine.
If a flashback leads to world building and character building, it's fine. If it's just there just because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and a lot of times it feels like it does this in a way to remind you of where this character's been. Why would I need to be reminded? If I'm picking this book up, it's because I'm a fan of the character. I don't know. It's just been okay. I'm still going to
literally just retelling something that we've already seen before. Yeah, that's stupid.
It is.
But if it's something that from a secret hidden part of their past, that's fine. I guess depends on how well it's done.
A secret hidden part of their past.
Always. which sometimes is a hit and sometimes it's a miss. Like when they were doing that with Batman, where he was like summer camp friends with Two-Face when he was a kid. I thought that was stupid as hell. I hated that.
It was terrible.
Did you remember?
It was like
one time
Austin Powers 3.
This one time at summer camp.
Yeah,
basically.
I met Two-Face, Harvey Dent.
And Lamont Cranston
Harvey
was
Dent's
there too.
been retconned so much, though.
Yeah.
Say again, Andy.
I said, and Lamont Cranston was there also at summer camp.
Yeah. It was
Everybody was there.
Yeah.
Hell of a summer
all
camp.
the high. That's so weird.
And hey,
Now
we see a Dark Phoenix Saga collected there. If you don't already have it, it's worth checking out. But yeah, who hasn't read Dark Phoenix? You know.
Yeah, I mean, or watch X-Men 92 or whatever the fuck it is. They get into a lot of
97, ain't it?
Oh, is it 97? The 2 and the 7 look the same. It's just the way mine.
There's a comic that's 92, and then there's a TV show I think is 97.
Yeah,
Yes.
they just
Okay.
because I just saw a blurb on that Jennifer Hale is doing the voice of Jean Grey in the cartoon adaptation of 97.
I have heard that as well.
Yeah, the upcoming Disney Plus thing is 97. This comic that we
Dude,
can
that shit's
see
gonna
here
hit
is
so
92.
hard. That shit, I
I'm
cannot
sure.
wait to make my old lady watch
I heard
all that old
they almost got
X-Men
everybody
shit.
back for that.
Yeah,
everybody's
dude, they
coming
were
back.
excited to do it. They were like, we left unfinished business on the fucking table. We literally left scripts that we had read on the table when that shit got canceled. They're excited that they're getting back into the flow of what they left. All that time ago. It was basically like, hey, wherever you're working right now, it's shutting down. You're never going to see these people again. That sucks. I've been in that. That sucks.
I think someone said they weren't going to come back. I just don't remember who, but someone will
think
probably
one of
remind me later down the road who's
Yeah.
like the exact character. But, you know, almost everybody's coming back.
Mm-hmm. Moving on to Dynamite. See, there isn't really a lot from Marvel. Barbarella is good. The only reason I'm going to mention it is because it does have a Matabek Musabekov variant cover. This is the artist who did the previous Barbarella series, and he is amazing. Mark my words. I'm still counting on this dude getting a Marvel or DC series by the end of the year. The art in that last Barbarella series was brilliant. I loved it. This one, not so much. Darkwing Duck, great.
That's
Those are just
reprints.
Reprints. And that's
But
it.
Gargoyles
number 6. Gargoyles number 6.
Yeah.
All that Disney shit is kicking it over at Dynamite right now, dude. They're really doing a great job. But yes, the big book from Dynamite is
Wake the Dead.
Pathfinder comics are back. Yeah, Pathfinder comics are back. The RPG, tabletop RPG.
Yeah.
Fred Van Lint, Iman Casalos. So, yeah, this is on my radar. It's probably one of the biggest books on my radar. But really, that's it. Vampirella. Booyah. All right, Dave. Except for the IDW stuff, which I will be touching on. You are
right.
up.
Okay. First book on the list is Barbaric.
Catfight.
Hell to Pay.
Oh, cool.
Oh, Catfight's IDW.
Hell to Pay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vault Comics. This Barbaric series is really, there's big fans. There's a lot of big fans.
Yeah, it's spawned a second volume, a spinoff, and a second spinoff. Because that Barbarians book is out of the same universe, I believe.
Yeah, I think so too. So good on Vault, very small publisher, hanging out with Michael Morrissey. Yeah, great book.
Okay. The next book is Catfight.
Yeah,
Yes.
Catfight.
Catfight. IDW, since IDW's been pushed out of the top spots. Andrew Wheeler, Ilias Kriazis. Very good artist. I can't pronounce their name. But it's John Wick meets Kill Bill meets Cats. Yeah, 100% in on this. Andy, no spoilers, but you've gotten an early look. Did you get a chance to thumb through this?
I did have a chance to thumb through it, and then tomorrow you can join me on the group page where I do a review, preview, no spoilers of the whole entire book.
Plug.
Nice.
Plugging your
nice.
pluggables.
But quick review.
Hey,
good
I'll
or
plug
bad?
I'll plug my own shit until the day I die.
Hell yeah, dude! If you don't support yourself, nobody else is gonna do it.
Exactly.
So good or bad? Go ahead. One word review right now.
One word
You don't
review
have to
of
use
this?
good or bad. Just one word review.
I'm gonna say interesting.
Nice. Oh, awesome. Very good.
That's
Yeah,
my
I'm
one
looking out
word
for that
review.
one.
It's interesting. So yeah, join me tomorrow for a little bit more in depth.
Yeah. There's a character named Schrodinger in it. That's all
Oh
I'm
yeah,
saying.
I'm not. That's why I'm saying interesting for.
rad.
That's why I said interesting for.
Dave, continue please with
All right.
the indie books.
All right. The next
that your
book
cat?
on the list. Yes, she was napping and I didn't put her up. Now she's up.
This I'm hearing a cat. I'm wondering if it's Gomer's or someone else's.
No,
I
my
was
cats
put
don't
my
meow.
cat up
They
tonight.
scratch.
I was
And we're
fighting the
talking about-
instinct so hard just to knee-jerk blame Dave for like the weird background noise, and it actually was
Yes.
him this time.
It was him this time. Yeah, but
Yeah,
but I have cats now, so you're like, I'm not sure.
Hey, at least no one's complaining about my dishwasher, so I'm okay.
No, I don't hear it. Yeah, I don't hear it.
That was the Curse of Cleaver County #2.
Okay, yeah. This is on not Source Point. Oh, it is Source Point.
Yeah, it's
Garrett
Source
Gunn,
Point.
Kit Wallace. Looks like
I
some
haven't heard of
horror.
this.
Yeah, it's a bit
Yeah,
of a
me
horror
neither.
book. It's like, you can going back home, uncovering dark family secrets. That's what this book is about.
Awesome. Nice.
All right.
Nice.
The next book, also from Source Point Press, is Deep Dark #2. Another kind of going home, but this I think with werewolves. That's what I remember reading.
Man, how come all horror books nowadays are going home and seeing what you used to do in the past? I hate that shit.
Yeah,
I lived an okay life, man. I'm not haunted by my past.
That's where most horror books are going now. It seems like that's the niche of horror books is like, you grew up in a small town, you went away, and all of a sudden you come back. It's like, actually, you didn't really know your past. This is actually what happened.
Right. Yeah, you're not wrong, man. You're not wrong. Cool, Dave.
Alrighty. Next book on the list is also another one from Source Point Press. A lot of it tonight is Franklin and the Ghost #1.
Yeah, this looks really freaking weird.
Based on an animated series.
This is like on an anime? Yeah.
Animated series, yeah.
Also Garrett Gunn.
Yep.
Yeah. Looks sort of like the Paula Abdul video.
I was about to say
opposite.
What was the cat in there? MC Scat Cat or some shit?
Yeah, that was
MC Scat Cat. Taylor has no business knowing that. That shit came out before he was born. He has no business knowing who MC Scat Cat is, but he comes out with the reference.
That's all that matters, Gomer. He knows.
I'm knowledgeable. What can I tell you?
Yeah, he's over the top. He's like, I used to watch Papa videos.
I know stuff
VH1,
before
okay?
I was born. Okay, I know stuff before I was born. My parents taught me correctly.
But yeah, this looks like a pretty exciting book, but I have no idea who any of these characters are. If they're not,
I
Paula
don't
Abdul,
either. They're talking about like
MC
crashing
Scat Cat,
on planet Earth, stealing a ship, and there's ghosts involved. And I'm just like, what? I'm on board, at least for the first issue.
Wait, so the character's name is Ghost, and then there's also like actual ghosts?
Yeah,
I'm not sure if
that
it's
can get
ghost.
confusing. Ghost, it's a ghost.
Yeah.
Scooby Doo, it's a ghost.
Whatever.
Where is it? Next book, if the comic shop will get it, is The Legion of Exceptional Gorilla Men.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's a deep cut.
Oh, dude, look at this. It's all cheesecake. Oh, that's Lady.
That is not the cover I was expecting. Oh, okay, it's not the right thing. All right.
It's not the,
How the hell is that the
book.
cover for the League of Exceptional
Alexander
Gorilla Men? What the
Banchidi.
fuck?
There we go. That's much better.
Alexander Banchidi, Gerardo Gambone on American Mythologies. Yeah, it looks like a little cartoon comedy sort of thing.
Yeah, it looks kind of like a Hanna-Barbera thing from the back
it's
in the
kind
day.
of like it's kind of like I guess Planet of the Apes meets Justice League or something like that.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, Justice League actually already did that. But
yeah, they've also had like the Jurassic League.
Dude,
and then the last book.
That shit is amazing.
The last book of notes for the indies is North Valley Grimoire #1.
How did I know? Blake Northcutt, Giuseppe Cafaro, Faye Dalton is the artist behind the glamorous illustrations on 007 Hardcase Crime. Her iconic style amplifies what is happening here. It's spycraft meets spellcraft.
Yeah.
James Bond style adventure fused with supernatural suspense of the magicians. Oh, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
That sounds like a fun premise.
The CIA is going after magic users.
Oh, that sounds pretty fun, dude. This is on Massive Whatnot Publishing. Yeah. That sounds cool. Nice. I don't think we're done because we do have.
That's the last that I picked out. I knew there was
going
to be some stuff that you were going to talk about Star Trek at least, and maybe TMNT.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun Star Trek trades coming out. The Mirror War, the Picard. It's like kind of between season 2 and season 3. A Stargazer, Warriors of the Mirror War trade comes out, but it's all about Star Trek Annual. Colin Kelly, Jackson Lanzig, Rachel Stott in here. I've already read this. Basically, they have this new experimental ship, but all of the algorithms that they use to control everything basically become sentient and go to the holodeck and become all the characters from all the different Star Trek series that we know. Okay?
Oh,
and I know it sounds weird, but they make it fucking work so well. All of the
I don't doubt it because Jackson and Lansing, they have like the heartbeat of Star Trek down pretty well in most of these books that we're doing so far. So like if it wasn't them, I would probably roll my eyes at this, like, you know, Cisco teaming up with Kirk and Picard and Pike and Janeway. You know, that seems like such a clusterfuck. But I trust this creative team. You know, so.
Cisco and Kirk did meet up in the actual DS9 series.
In the book.
In the show.
Who did?
With Kirk?
Kirk and Cisco met up because of time travel shenanigans.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. There was the Trouble with Tribbles revisit in DS9.
Yep.
Yep, that's right. I remember that. That's a great episode. Dax looks amazing in that episode and she's like showing it off like, "Ooh, look what they used to wear." You know? Oh, I love it. Like leaning into the feminism of it, you know? Because back then wearing that short shit was kind of a feminist statement. And I don't know. It was very good. But just another little tidbit on the Star Trek Annual. By the end of the book, the whole crew is playing Dungeons and Dragons, and Data is the dungeon master. That's all I'm gonna say. That's the only spoiler you need.
Oh, I need to read this now.
So the whole ship is basically an EMH.
I need to read that now.
Dope. the entire ship is an EMH.
So dope.
I can't think if Data would be an amazing dungeon master or the worst dungeon master.
It's either all or nothing. All or nothing. It depends on whether or not his emotion chip's on. Right? Because emotion chip off, he's the rules lawyeriest motherfucker ever. Emotion chip on, he may get too into it, you know, and ruin the game for everybody.
It might be a Tiny Tina thing.
Yeah, right. Awesome. Those are the books coming out this week. Y'all. Star Trek's definitely top of my list. Nothing else really sparks much joy. I'm sorry. There are some okay things like Tree World or whatever, World Tree. At Image.
Clobbering Time's always fun. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, Clobbering Time's always fun. The DC's got the Pride and the Power Girl. The Power Girl is going to be, you know, very important for books coming out later. Yeah. I'm not sure that's enough to get me excited.
DC had a big week last week. It feels like this is kind of like a lull week for them.
Yeah, they definitely did, man. But anything else worth last mentions on that, y'all?
Punisher 12 looks cool.
Oh yeah,
the Savage Strength of Starstorm.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I thought you were gonna go with that Legion of Monkey shit.
No,
no, dude, no one's reading that.
The North Valley Grimoire looks good.
Oh, it does. It looks fun. Interesting premise.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool, Andy. Final?
Don't have much from me over here. It's like
I know.
Yeah.
But do look for his review coming up of
Cat Fights.
Cat Fight. Yeah.
All I can say right now is interesting.
Nice. Awesome. Everybody, thanks for hanging out. We appreciate it. If you like what we're doing, check out what Leroy and Eli are doing over the Comic Book Bullies. They got their own little pop culture show going on. They did an episode last night. It was quite good. Check them out at this page on Facebook or go to outrightgeekery.com. We have links to everything that we've got going on, everything that the Bullies are doing, everything we're doing, video channels, audio channels, social media, merch, Patreon, just a tip.
I guess if it's just a tip.
Yep. And the aforementioned Facebook group where Andy will be reviewing Catfight later on this week.
Hey, that's me.
Yeah, hey. Awesome. So, we'll be back Sunday to talk about news. Not sure how much news is going to be happening because everybody's holding their cards for the big conventions, and there's not really
nobody's going to be releasing things until after, SGCC.
Yeah, all the big news. I'm sure this should be a big Comic-Con this year. We'll probably finally find out, or at least hopefully, where Transformers and G.I. Joe are ending up. And
I know.
Like
I cannot.
Definitely going to get more Star Wars news and everything else, more Warner Brothers Discovery stuff for the DCEU stuff with James Gunn. We're going to get a lot of stuff there.
Dude, yeah. We don't even care about the movie and TV shit. I mean, I care, but not like in the context of the show. But I mean, just with the comics, where's X-Men going to end up after Fall of X? Dawn of DC stuff, coming out.
Yeah, we're going to get all of that. We're going to get all that,
dude.
Like 2 to 3 weeks from now.
It's going to be an amazing summer. We're so happy y'all are here with us. So, again, thanks for hanging out, everybody. But most of all, thanks to these jokers for hanging out with this joker.
Always fun.
Oh yeah.
I like to think Taylor's the one with the fingers under the nose. Dave's probably the one with the. Dave's probably no. I don't know. It's hard for Andy and Dave. Who's got the bloody crowbar? That'd probably be me, but I'm not included because I'm not one of the jokers here.
I like to think you're the one that
the one doing this.
I like to think you're the one that the middle joker just hit with the crowbar.
Yeah, there you go. Yes, I'm Todd.
Yeah, you're Jason Todd.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks.
Jason Todd.
Yeah. Again, thanks for hanging out, everybody. We're gonna do it again next time.
Same geek time, same geek channel.
I worked very